Hello, Poopsies, and thank you for joining me today for this new ASMR video. My name is Tony Bomboni. I'm glad to be back with you. So, today I decided to do something a little different, just showing you how to make a variety of different teas. So, before this begins, make sure you subscribe and check me out on tonybomboni.com. Helps get stuff like this for videos to produce daily content for you. I do appreciate it. I have online courses, ASMR albums, Cameo, and bookings on my website. All great ways to help support and fund the channel to keep going. Thank you guys so much. And let's continue. So, I'm going to make 4 different varieties of tea, not by flavor, but by the type of tea. First, we have this loose pouch tea. That has little grinds in it of this red date tea. Then I'm going to do a tea bag kind of tea. This just happens to be blueberry. And then I'm going to do the iced tea. And then at last I will do the loose leaf tea. Okay, so I think I'm going to start with the loose leaf. So let's begin with that one. Put these aside. Get out my tools. Okay, so for the loose leaf tea, all you will need is 1 little cup, a strainer, a spoon if you would like, any time for any tea. If you'd like to add milk or sugar, I prefer not to in my teas, unless I'm specifically making Thai iced tea. So I have some ice cubes here. And some milk. You can add sweetener, you can add creamer. I just happen to have almond milk here for later use. So you're going to begin by getting your tea. So I have the jasmine tea. In this case, fresh Chinese jasmine green tea. And please consult your physician before drinking any sort of herbal teas or remedies. And for this, I get 2 to 4 grams of tea. So I used to do, I did a lot of chemistry in high school, middle school, college, so I'm familiar with what's approximately 2 to 4 grams. Okay, so I put that in the strainer, or you could put it in the bottom of the cup if you have a different kind of strainer technique. But there's so many ways to strain, but these are my favorite because it's easy. You just put it in the cup. You add your milk or sugar if you want. Okay, I just happen to have brown sugar. Usually I drink coffee with brown sugar and almond milk. It's, I guess, healthier. And if you're struggling to pour in the hot water, which I just recently boiled, please get a strainer. And a coaster or a towel not to burn the surface you're working on. So I'm going to go ahead and pour the hot water now. You don't want to fill all the way so you don't spill it. That's one way to go about it. That's going to be quite strong actually. So this is the wrong way to do it. The right way is to just typically pour this into that, but I need this water for the other tea, so I'm not going to do that. But I'm just showing you as a demonstration. Normally you would need a much larger cup for this kind of tea. This would be way too strong, so you would just do it maybe for a minute max until it gets a slightly darker color, so it's not as clear, and then you go ahead and drink. These get very hot to the touch, so you might want to touch and grab by the top. I prefer typically cups with handles like that one for tea in general, but any Chinese tea, even green tea, you pour slowly. You don't pour quickly, especially if it's loose leaf. You have to pour the water slowly. It's just the right way to make tea. So once that steeps enough, you can simply enjoy your tea. So it's very easy. So this one I will put aside. And next I will start working on the Thai iced tea. So let's start by opening it up. And this is generally going to be lower in caffeine content because of the milk, ice. It ends up getting quite watered down. So you'll notice the aroma right away smells amazing from this tea bag. You put it in the cup and then warm your water. Not quite to boiling. You always want to do under boiling. Put the water in there. You will notice right away it has an orange tinge to it. Let that steep for also 2 to 3 minutes. These teas don't usually need a long time, especially black tea, green tea, and anything with caffeine, just 2-3 minutes max. Unless it specifically says 5 to 10 minutes or something like that. And when you steep, I recommend you cover with a plate. By no means do you have to in these cases, but again, for these kind of teas, they're so incredibly strong. Please, please, please use a huge mug for this kind of tea, okay? Especially if you're gonna make multiple portions. Black tea is so strong. This, I'm just showing you mini cups as a sample, okay? I will never do it this way. All right, but imagine this is a huge cup, okay? And once it is done steeping, oh, I'm gonna make quite a mess here. I didn't really bring a napkin here. I could use this, I guess, to leave it resting. But steep to strength, so if you want weaker, do like 2 minutes. If you want stronger, do 3 minutes, okay? Let's squeeze this out. Being careful not to squeeze out the black tea, of course. You don't want that to happen. Yeah, it stains like food coloring, it really does. So please be careful when you're working with this stuff. Thai tea is very, very strong. All right, so once you're done with that, you can immediately put the sweetener. My version will be brown sugar. You can put silk milk, you can put, you know, sweetener bags. All right. Like stevia. And I'm gonna go ahead and stir gently. And you want to put the sweetener, especially if it's sugar, while it's hot, right after steeping, so that it can melt. It's not going to melt if you put the ice in. Okay, brown sugar takes a little longer to dissolve. But once it does, okay, then you wait for it to completely cool down. We don't have all day, so I'm just playing pretend here. Once it cools down completely so that it's just like a mild room temperature, then you go ahead and you pour your milk. More milk means a lighter color. You don't have to mix, because especially if you have a glass, it looks pretty cool when the milk is just poured in and unmixed. It kind of looks like a striped formation, kind of like tiger stripes. But you notice it immediately turns this bold, bright orange color, sort of how the tea bag had. That's the proper color for this type of beverage. And then, let me move this aside. You're getting your ice cubes. Again, once it's completely cooled down, this is not going to work because this will instantly dissolve. And you see how the water is rising? That's why I say you need a huge mug for this, okay? It's not going to work. Otherwise, you're going to keep pouring ice and it's going to keep melting and it's going to water down your drink. And it's not going to taste as strong or as tasty, so like as flavorful. So I would say fill a big mug about halfway so you have room to fill the cubes, especially if you're impatient like me and you don't want to wait for it to cool down completely. A trick is you can just put your mug in the freezer for 5-10 minutes. That will quickly cool it down to room temperature. So you just keep adding until they stop dissolving and there's ample amount of ice cubes. Okay, got it? So pretty straightforward. And then you can go ahead and enjoy your Thai iced tea. This is how it should look once it's all done. So I'm going to go ahead now and make the red date tea. This is another easy one. So all you need is a little mug like this one. By little, I mean much larger than this, of course, because this is much stronger. I don't know why it's struggling to focus. Hocus pocus, you lost your focus. Is it just me or did this lose its focus? What is going on? There we freaking go. All right, so I'm gonna have to zoom in a little bit. Just stop doing that. So these are little pellets. For opening, I would shake it so the contents don't find their way out of the satchel. So you dump it in the cup. Again, much larger cup, but you see the little pellets. It's not loose leaf tea. These are dissolvable pellets. I'm going to silence my phone. I apologize. So then you get your spoon in there, all right? And then you get your hot water. And you do not need milk or sugar or sweetener for this because it is honestly very sweet. So I would always do a taste test so you don't risk that problem. Yeah, because this is so sweet, I again recommend a much larger cup with way more water than this. It's very sweet, and you'll notice like a kind of like a foam on the top. It kind of looks like when you make Turkish coffee, so it's very delicious, but that's all there is to it. It's very easy. You don't have to wait for steeping time. These are for impatient people, like I said, like me, who just want quick instant tea. So it works wonderfully. So the last tea, it could be any tea. I just randomly picked blueberry. This is the tea bag tea. Yes, I know that Thai iced tea is also tea bag tea, but I want to show variety, right? So here we go. Just open it up, and it makes good sounds. Why the heck not? Put it in the cup, and then throw your sugar or milk in there if you want. I, again, always would much rather just toss in the water first, take out the tea bag one after it steeps, and then toss your milk and sugar in there if you prefer milk and sugar. Some of them turn color right away. This turns red right away. It's a very strong blueberry tea. And it's bitter but sweet. I can't explain. So get to know your teas, get to know yourself and what you like and prefer. Again, same principle applies. If you want the iced version of this, wait for it to cool down, take the tea bag out. And for iced tea, unless it's Thai tea because it's that strong, I would put 2 or 3 bags. Iced tea typically uses black tea. So, but if you want blueberry iced tea, then fine. Put 2-3 bags of it in a big jug and then make the magic happen. It needs to be stronger. It needs to have more tea bags because the ice and milk will dissolve it. So, or weaken it, soften the strength, the robustness, just like coffee, right? When you drink black coffee, it's the same thing. It's like tea. Okay, so I like usually keeping the tea bag in there because I like everything's energy. So I like to move the energy of the water as I'm drinking. But you can take it out if it's annoying and bothers your lips while you're sipping. So this doesn't take long to steep. As you can see, it's already a very extremely dark, bold color. So once it's done, I like to wrench it out to get all the flavor in there. Throw that away, or you can use it as compost and enjoy your beverage. So that's all the teas. I do want to thank you guys for watching this video. I really do hope you have enjoyed this tea making tutorial today. And I would like to show you how watered down it looks now. See, all the ice melted because I didn't wait. This is why you're supposed to wait, right? But it's still surprisingly cool, which is nice. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed. And I will see you all very soon. Make sure you subscribe if you want more content like this. And check me out on teatypes.com to book your own personal services from me. Yeah, this you can definitely take out. I'm just not doing it because I'm going to make a mess. Well, I guess I can do it now that I don't need this thing anymore. There we go. Alrighty. Take care, guys. Love and light, blessings. Be well. Stay safe out there.